All right, so today we're looking at still Pythagoras' theorem. So if we remember, Pythagoras is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. And remember, we must have what type of triangle? Good, and that's the right angle triangle is needed, and they'll represent it with the square. Okay, so we know that the hypotenuse side is the one opposite this right angle, so that will C, and the other two sides can get labelled A and B. So we're going to be doing that. So today when they say we're going to find the shorter side, we're going to be just doing questions where it's not the hypotenuse, it's the other one. So with our, if we go to do this on our I'm going to use the graphics calculator, and how we can do it exactly the same way as we were doing it the other day, okay? So if I look over here, first of all, I see that it's a right angle triangle and they want me to know one of the sides. So that means, so straight up, I write the formula out, c squared equals a squared plus b squared, and I might label the diagram CAB. So that's what we did. Our next step was we put in what we know. Now, C is actually 13, so it'll be 13 squared equals A is X, so X squared plus B squared, 12. So at this point, on your graphics calculator, you can put solve and you just go comma X. So it doesn't matter where the unknown is, where the letter is in the equation, the calculator works it out for you. But because some of you won't have your graphics calculator with you, this is how we can work it out on so non-graphics calculator. What we're going to do is you're still going to do the same in terms of you're going to write the rule out. Okay, now that's the general rule. When you're finding the rule for finding the shorter side, the shorter side or the one that's not the hypotenuse, we can use the rule like this. It can be, I'm just going to say that A's, if we need to know what A is, we can use this rule. Okay, so into your calculators, you will type, this bit is what you're going to type. You'll put the square root symbol on your normal scientific calculator, and then underneath you'll put c squared minus b squared. So in this example here, I'd be typing into the calculator the square root of 13 squared minus 12 squared, and that will give us an answer. So we'll do it on the calc and I'll show you. Okay, so we found over here, we got x equaled, the calculator will give two answers, -5 or x equals 5. Now, I know I picked this one. Why is it this one? Because you can't have a negative side, can you? The side length has to be a positive number. So that's why we do that one. And when we did this, we still get the same answer as x equals, okay? All right. Next example, we have, let's label up our triangle first. So there's C, and I might call this one A and this one B. So if I was doing my graphics calculator way, I'm going to write down the formula. So all of this should be written in your workbooks, what I'm writing down here. I'm going to change the letters of the rule to the numbers in the question. So 16.8 squared equals 12.4 squared plus m squared. And then at that point, you can use solve in your calculator. Sorry, ran out of room there. And what do I need to do, comma what? Comma m, good. And we'll get an answer for m. Now up here, it says 1 decimal place, so we'll have to be careful when we do that. Now, if we're doing the non-graphics calculator, so finding the shorter side, so not the hypotenuse, we're going to use the formula. We can use, this one's b this time, so it'll be b squared, the square root c squared minus a squared. So if I substitute in that, it's m in this case, and it's 16.8 squared minus 12.4 squared, so m equals. So let's do that on our calc. Okay, so I find the answer to be 11.334 and so on. So when we're finding one decimal place, we look at the second one. If it's above 3, it goes up. If it's not, above 5, it goes up. If not, it stays the same. So your final answer here will be m equals 11.3 for this one. Okay, so we get 11.3. So with this one down here, find the value of x. It doesn't matter that we've got more than, like there's two sides that we don't know. Because they've used the same letter, it will work. And this is where it's easier on our graphics calculator. Because as I can say, I can just go, all right, I can see it's Pythagoras because I've got a right angle triangle. I'll write my rule out. I'll label my little triangle here. And then I'm just going to substitute in, which means where I see, I'll put, it's not C, it's 10 in this case. And it's not A, it's X. So I'll write the formula out like that. And then if you do solve in your calc and say comma X, it will solve it for you. So these ones, you're going to need the graphics calculator. So it would be much easier if you have that. So you go solve X, so it says to one decimal place, so I get 7.1. Okay, there's my final answer. I won't do the middle one, I'm just going to do this one here. Okay, once again, we would see that we've got a right angle triangle, so we can use our Pythagoras' theorem. And if I label up the triangle, I get that. Now, when I substitute in, see how C is 2x? On your calculator, make sure you put 2x in brackets and square it. You have to square the whole bit, not just the x part. So in our calculator, we have to write that. A is x and B is 9 squared. So on our graphics calculator, we'll be able to go solve and comma x. I'm going to do this one with you on the calc. All right, so we got x equals 5.19. So because we had to do one decimal place, x equals 5.2. And there's our answer.